the News Channel 5 network. This is MorningLine with Nick Barris.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chris Conte. Thank you for joining us here on News Channel 5 Plus and on MorningLine. We are going to be spending the full hour this morning talking about politics. And in order to do that, we have Dr. Thomas Schwartz joining us, as he often does, from Vanderbilt. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me on the program.
Appreciate it. We just want to, right off the bat, solicit calls if folks want to call in. We're going to begin things, I think, seems to be the best idea here to start with the shutdown, because it's the most pertinent piece of politics happening even again this morning. Again, if you want to call in and talk to us about the shutdown, if you're being impacted by the shutdown, if maybe you know someone that's been impacted by the shutdown, or you just have some thoughts on it, the number as always is 615-737-PLUS, 615-737-PLUS. Let's just dive in here. It does not seem like this is going to be ending anytime soon.
It doesn't. And it doesn't seem that the incentives are there for either side to compromise. The president, this is seems to be absolutely a test of his political will, his campaign promise to build a wall. All of that seems to be tied in. And for the Democrats, who now have gained power in the House of Representatives, this seems to be absolutely crucial to hold the line against this president. So it does seem like it might last a while.
Who blinks first? I know that's an impossible question to answer right now, but who has the most to lose by blinking first right now?
I would think the president.
Yeah.
I think part of Donald Trump's reputation is this notion that he fulfills his campaign promises, that he's tough, that he's a strong leader. I think anything that could be spun or would be spun too easily as a concession could hurt him. And he, of course, is thinking re-election next year. So it is, I think that's the challenge.
And what I think what strikes me the most about all this is these federal workers who are, by really no choosing of their own, are kind of stuck in the middle of this and have not necessarily done anything wrong. And whether or not they agree politically with the president's decision, aren't getting paid or are not working and are having to kind of deal with the fallout from all of this.
No, it's that makes it a very deep human interest story, but unfortunately it doesn't seem either side is willing really to give them a great deal of consideration.
I have a friend of mine, he's an air traffic controller, and I was talking to him on Friday for a minute, and I said, "Did you get a paycheck today?" And he said, "I did." And I said, "Oh, I thought you weren't getting paid." And he said, "No, I got a paycheck for $8.25 for 2 weeks of work." And I mean, he's kind of planned ahead a little bit and has some savings and a couple of investment properties, and so he's kind of, it's not the end of the world right now that he didn't get paid last week. But there are a lot of folks who are in positions where that's not necessarily the case. I mean, 2 weeks worth of pay, for it to not be there one day is a big deal for some folks.
Well, there was an estimate not too long ago, a couple of estimates about the number of Americans, for example, who could handle a $400 emergency medical fee, or the number that live paycheck to paycheck, and those were very high percentages of Americans who do, and federal workers are among them. TSA employees, for example, have been certainly hard hit in this, and that's going to be one of the interesting areas where there could be a crunch, because if air traffic starts to slow down and you start getting real problems with the nation's airports, the demands for some type of action could grow.
And you start to dissect the politics of this, and when it comes to, I guess, kind of the nation's interest with the president's desire to build a wall to, as he says, kind of control illegal immigration from the southern border, versus these folks who are, starting to really struggle now because they're not getting paid, and are Americans here at home who are working for the federal government. How does that pendulum swing? Does it swing harder one way or the other? Or is it?
It's hard to say, because I think, on some level, what you think could be happening here could be some type of a compromise. The president wants $5.7 billion. The Congress says no, but there should be some middle ground on that. It seems that what we're into is some sort of larger symbolism. They don't want to give a dime to anything that might remotely approach the wall, because that gives the president an ability to say, "I built the wall that I promised."
Right. Dr. Thomas Schwartz here from Vanderbilt. We are going to take a quick break here, right, Marilena? Is that what you said? Okay, we're going to take a quick break here. We have a number of folks who have called in. Obviously, this is a very interesting topic that a lot of people want to chime in on. We will continue to take your calls, 615-737-PLUS. We will be back after a short break, and we will start taking some of your calls, so hang on.